careful where you flaunt your wealth, Walker. You are a tempting prize. Watch your step in the stitches.
Rachim did not often visit Helgar, for there was little gold to be found in a kingdom of shepherds. Besides, they had little kindness for strangers, especially those in this one's line of work.
More bodies. The hired guides. Saulinia's work, Samarak thinks. The guides from the stitches. Look, there is a door behind these stones. Is this the place we seek? That door. Not even all of Zamarak's strength and training can budge a magical barrier. Maybe the pedestal. The pedestal maintains the magical barrier, but Zamorak does not know how.
Find the Dragon Guard, or his blood won't be the only thing that stains my blade this day.
The assassins! The assassins! They stalk the southern passages. We must hurry. There may be another way past this door, deeper in the complex. Whatever has been hiding behind that door for all these years can wait a little longer. We need to deal with the assassins. They are the most pressing threat. That shout we heard. Saulinia and her killers must be close. Traps. They stopped some of the assassins, but not all of them. We must be wary.
Forever, Dragon Guard.
You couldn't find an out-beacon alabaster, you Roxian dolt!
The Dragon Guard. That was the dragon. That was the dragon. That was the Dragon Guard. Captain Saulinia must be closing in. Another maze. We must find a way to the other side. That was the dragon.
Once I select a target, it always dies.
I trained to fight dragons. This isn't going to end the way you expect.
Now, Dragon Guard, you and your order die. Oh, good. More blood.
Maybe now the royal family can rest in peace. Thank you, Five Claw. With Saulinia dead, maybe the royal family can finally rest in peace. The Dragon Guard ran through that door, but he was wounded. We should help him. Zamarak. There was a heaviness on Zamarak's soul. Now it disperses like sand in the wind. Still, this one promised to find a new path. But these events just returned him to the same one he walked before. Yes, but Zamarak believed his previous life of violence caused those deaths. His studies and meditations told him this was so. Now, with Saulinia's death, Zamorak feels lighter. It feels good, but it also feels like a betrayal of the desert wind. You are right, Five Claw. Violence ended the life Zamorak knew, and violence has given Zamorak a new life to lead. As the adepts say, some things are worth fighting for. These musings distract from the mission. Let us check on the Dragon Guard.
Oh, damn assassin. She knew her stuff. I saw her fall, though. Thanks for that. After all these years, why do I suddenly have so much company? I know about the dragons. I sent word to the other sanctuaries. The last, I didn't think so, but no one else has responded. Maybe. No. I know at least one other is still out there. He'll come. He has to. Take my ring. It will open the sanctuary. Find the dragon horn. You have to. Have to.
May Kenarthi guide you to the sands behind the stars. Below. That looks like Prefect Kalo. What is he doing here?
Ah, there you are. We came... Ah, there you are. We came as soon as we could. Were you able to stop Captain Solinia and her assassins? Both dead? Solinia deserved it. Shame about the Dragon Guard, though. And yes, it took some convincing and Tharn's most diplomatic negotiation tactics, but Queen Chimera has accepted our help. Provisionally. The Cygnus Irregulars are on probation. For now. Once Queen Chimera sees us in action, I'm sure she'll come around. Until then, I wanted to make sure you are all right. Beating Solinia is no small feat. I'm sorry we lost the Dragon Guard, though. A Dragon Horn? Like the one at Star Haven Adeptorium? Huh. Well, if you think this old relic can help, lead the way.
The barrier has fallen. Seal awaits within.
Are these the remains of the Dragon Guard? Books and scrolls. I knew it. Knowledge is power, my friend. You'll see.
Such a small thing when compared to the dragons. Still, we should take it to Rimmon, yes?
I want to take another look at these books. We'll meet you back in Rimmon.
Zamarak will linger as well, to make sure the Imperials find their way back.
Yeah, I see... I see... a dragon?
Cadwell? Cadwell? What was that about a dragon? Ah, there you are. See to Cadwell, if you would. Then join us in the throne room for the War Council.
Hello? Is someone there? I appear to be back in my head. Well, my other head. The other head. This is so confusing. Ah, wait. Things are becoming clearer now. Yes, well, there you are. Oh, so good to see you again, my friend. I saw that nasty orc necromancer, Zumog Foom. He really is a despicable fellow. And there was a dragon, a huge, powerful, eyes as big as a house dragon. They called it Carl Grunted, means champion of the bound time. How do I know these things? Well, yes, I did. Seems the ears are as connected as the eyes. They talked about the moons, something about an eclipse and the perfect time to use the gate. I remember something about that from when I was the betrayer, but the details are hazy. My memory returns in dribs and drabs, but I'm not sure that's a good thing. If I remember anything helpful, though, I'll let you know. Where are my manners? They're waiting for you. Queen Chimera has called another war council in the throne room. Not a clue, but I know one way to find out. Head inside and see what the Cat Queen has to say.
The archives were extremely helpful once I found the appropriate documents.
Our moon singers and moon priests have always paid particular attention to detail. What did you learn?
Tharn found documents regarding an ancient agreement with the Dragon Guard. They apparently provided a weapon to use against the dragons.
This relates to the legends of Kunzari and Queen Anequina, yes?
Pardon the interruption, Queen Chimera, but that sounds like the dragon horn we found. That dragon guard didn't survive, but he gave us the Anequina dragon horn.
So this alliance I reluctantly agreed to has borne fruit.
The Cygnus Irregulars assisted, but your agent did the important work.
A weapon from the Dragon Guard. Interesting. Come, Five Claw. I want to hear your report. Agreeing to an alliance with Imperials. At least it appears this Prefect Kalo assisted you. Tell me what happened out there, Five Claw. I want to hear it from you. So that is the dragon horn. It is much smaller than I thought it would be, and it looks fragile. Sound it once and it will probably crumble to dust. What are we supposed to do with such a thing? As always, you have my thanks, Five Claw. Euraxia hoped to appease the dragons by assassinating the last Dragon Guard of Elsewhere. He died, but at least you acquired the Anequina Dragonhorn and avenged his death. Now if we only knew what to do with the damn thing. I know how a horn works, Five Claw, but this is a relic of ancient magic. I do not want to damage it before we learn the true significance of its power. I will have Tarn do more research. In the meantime, we have another matter to deal with. Cadwell's visions strike more frequently now, with more urgency. Tarn believes Zumog Foom is close to reassembling Cadwell's dismembered body. I want you to stop him. The betrayer of legend must not be reborn. Abner Tarn checks on Cadwell regularly. Find them and see if they can tell you where Zumog Foom hides. Meanwhile, I will consult with Gareshri. Review the Kunzari stories before we task Tarn with learning more about the Dragonhorn. A little. There was a similar relic at Starhaven Adeptorium, but I never gave it much thought. It was just there, another memento of a mostly forgotten past. The one you brought us, it bears the name of an Equina. An Equina is the name of our kingdom, the northern half of Elsewhere. It grew out of one of the 16 original prides and was named after my ancestor, an Equina Sharptongue. She was one of the ancient heroes, a member of Kunzari's Krajan. Legends and myths make up a great part of who we are, Five Claw. For the Khajiit, the truth of our stories is the truth, pure and simple. The return of the dragons began with the tales of Kunzari, and I expect it to end there as well. No. Kunzari and his company of heroes predate the arrival of the Akaviri and Tamriel. It was the Akaviri who gave rise to the Dragon Guard and revealed the secrets of the Dragonhorn. As I understand it, the Starhaven Dragonhorn was a gift from the ancient order of the Dragon Guard, if I remember what the adept at Starhaven once told me. I assume the same is true of the Anequina Dragonhorn. It's too bad that Dragon Guard you met did not live long enough to tell you more.
Hold, varlet! Don't you dare attach that foot to my ankle.
This is Cadwell's longest episode yet. Perhaps I can...
That's it! Time to give you knaves what for.
Bizarre visions. Dismembered bodies. I hate necromancy. Cadwell trusts you, Five Claw. You talk to him.
Who's there? Speak up! I'm about to teach these rapscallions a valuable lesson, and yes, I plan to make it hurt. Ah, jolly good. I could use a noble squire for the battle ahead. To battle ahead? Anyway, Zumok Fu has gathered the dismembered parts of the betrayer's body. I can't allow the necromancer to put me, back together. I'm not entirely certain. It's definitely a dark, menacing cavern. Just the sort of place necromancers enjoy hanging around. Oh! Here now! Stop that! Your pardon, noble squire, but I have to go kick myself in the head. I'm off to put a stop to these dastardly villains!
Tarn, can you determine where Cadwell disappeared to?
Of all the foolish, idiotic, misguided things that Cadwell has ever done, this may be the worst of them all. He fancies himself a hero, but he's given Zumog Foom exactly what he needed. I'm no expert on necromancy, but it's obvious that our Cadwell is the last piece Zumog Foom needs to restore the betrayer. He has all the parts of Cadwell's dismembered body, and now Cadwell has handed him the final component, his very essence. Does a soul shriven have a soul? I have no idea how the philosophy of oblivion accounts for such things, but there must be some kernel of the original Cadwell inside the one we know. It stands to reason the necromancer would need that as well. I managed to scry Cadwell's portal before it winked out. It connected to an ancient crypt in the scar not far from the Stitches. Head there immediately. The rest of us will make preparations and join you as soon as we can. You took your time. Let's talk. Travel never used to take this much out of me. Oh well. Now that you're here, we can begin our investigation of the crypt. The Adept and the Prefect volunteered to scout ahead. They haven't returned. That means it's up to us. We must stop Zumog Foom from reanimating Cadwell the Betrayer. Something has prevented them from returning. I can only assume the necromancers or their undead have done them in. Where they were forestalled, we must prevail. Otherwise, Zumog Foom and the dragons get one step closer to fulfilling their plans. Cadwell, what happened to you?
Tharn, whole spot. They ripped it out of me. I'm afraid I bungled this one royally, old friend. I opened a portal, meant to put the villainous Zumog Foom to the sword. He got the better of me. The necromancers stole my essence, flung it to assorted ritual sites throughout the lair. Now I'm weak and my old body is being restored. The big cat and the Imperial. They arrived shortly after I did, but they didn't fare much better. I'm not sure what Zumog Foom did with them. I've just been standing here trying to recover enough strength to give it another go. Charge me up again? Capital idea, and I agree. We can't let the betrayer join the dragons. That reminds me of a time. No. Can't think. Too weak. I'll stand with you as long as I can. Could use a bit of a lie down, though.
I'll delay Zumog Foom's ritual as long as I can. You take Cadwell and see if you can recover his stolen energy.
Ah, good old Abner. The nastier he treats you, the more you know he loves you.
Our blood is on your hands.
No! I won't allow you to interfere with the ritual! Flesh from your bones!
Cloud. It's holding this ritual together.
Refreshing. Let's find the rest of it and put it back where it belongs.
You were never strong enough, Zamorak. I died because you were weak.
Praying to the moons won't save you, cat.
Interloper. Just more fuel for the ritual.
Zamorak failed. Again.
Welcome back, little energy. I missed you so.
You're a senile old fool, half-brother. How could you be so reckless? The dragons are your fault!
Your past will destroy you, Abner Tharn.
Get rid of that damn cloud! Oh, that hits the spot. Did you know I used to be a High Chancellor? No, wait. No, that belongs to Abner.
Five Claw. This one doesn't have much time. Nalado should not be here. This one should be prowling the sand behind the stars and preparing for the next pounce, not lingering in this fetid tomb. Zumog Fum called Nalado back. He planned to use her in a foul ritual, but dead or no, Nalado is still a soldier. His follower never stood a chance. This one sensed something. Decided to wait here a little longer. Nalado thought the cloud of energy reminded her of the strange knight adorned in cookware. This one thinks she absorbed the energy when she killed the necromancer and disrupted this part of the ritual. Return it, perhaps, though that will certainly shred this spirit form. No matter, Nalado no longer belongs in this realm. Tell Queen Carmira and Garashri that Nalado says farewell. Now, prepare yourself, strange knight. This belongs to you.
You really think you can stop me? Neither you nor that bumbling corpse stand a chance!
Corpse? I'll have you know, I'm barely 1/4 cadaver on my mother's side. What's...
Two of you can't exist in the same reality, soul-shriven! The stronger the betrayer becomes, the weaker you will grow! Rise and destroy my minions!
myself once my reanimation was complete. Now that I'm whole, I have a destiny to fulfill. So, cheerio! I always heard that introspection could be difficult, but meeting yourself. No one likes to discover that they were a tallow catch. Try not to hold it against me. Him and me were two sides of a dented coin. I don't think the world can handle more than one Cadwell at a time. My essence, I feel it draining away. Strange as the end approaches, so does clarity. You will try to stop him for me, won't you? Finish what I started a long time ago. I remember how we stopped the dragons. Kunzari and I, we tricked Calgronti, used his own ambition against him, convinced him to place a portion of his power in Jode's core. Calgronti ordered his brothers to follow suit. Once weakened, we were able to trap them in the halls of Colossus. Then the betrayer, then I killed Kunzari. I earned that name. I planned to steal the power, but Anequina's adepts... I'm still here. Chimera, she looks like Anequina. So pretty. Anequina possessed a key to a special place. That's where I learned to use portal. Luckily, they cut off my head and dismembered me before I could reach Jode's core. I guess you have to chop him up again. Tell Chimera she has the key, and look after the honor.
Anequina was a moon priest. Could that be the key to using the dragon horn?
The same notion occurred to me, Queen Chimera.
Wait, here comes Tarn and the others. Five Claw, talk to me. I am happy to see you and the others. I am happy to see you and the others. I am happy to see you and the others, Five Claw, and I'm eager to hear what happened. Wait, where is Cadwell? That does not bode well. The betrayer of Kunzari was a great hero who became a terrible villain. It took all the remaining champions and the moon priests of Anequina to stop him. But how does the betrayer's return help the dragons? A special place? That does not give us a lot of information to go on, Five Claw. Did Cadwell tell you anything else before he disappeared? The ancient legends. I have been studying them. They mention Jode's core, a vault of some kind. Kunzari tricked the demons into storing their power there, though now we know that the demons were dragons. A metaphor, yes? As for a key... Everyone, meet in the royal study. I have something to show you. Cadwell spoke of Anequina, one of Kunzari's champions. He mentioned a key. I think he meant my pendant.
Zamarak remembers. Your mother wore it before you. Does it have more than sentimental significance?
It hides me from magical detection. Mother would take my pendant in her hand and whisper, "When Kunzari smiled, Anequina asked the moons to move for him."
The Shadow Dance Temple ruins? Is that where the betrayer has gone?
I discovered as a young girl that the pendant and this ancient map interact in interesting ways. I learned the stories of Kunzari from my mother. Did I tell you she was a moon singer before she married my father? She said the pendant once belonged to Anequina. I am related to Anequina. Direct descendant, according to the moon priests. An ancient ruin. The place was once the Shadow Dance Temple, but now it is nothing but tumbled stones. Still, Cadwell indicated the pendant was the key to finding the betrayer. What else do we have to go on? Yes, from Kunzari's story. He tricked the demons into giving him their power. Then Anequina moved the moon so he could store the power in Jode's core for safekeeping. Of course, now we know the demons of the story were actually the dragons. In their weakened state, Kunzari was able to trick the dragons and trap them in the halls of Colossus. But one of his companions betrayed him, stabbed him in the back and went to the place of the Dark Dance to steal the demon power. I think you are right, Five Claw. The betrayer must want to finish what he started in the ancient time. But the dragons also want that power. Are they working together? Either way, we need to get to the temple ruins. As we saw on the map, the ruins lie in the foothills east of the Scar, between Orcrest and the town of Hakoshe. We will meet you there.
We need to send your Cygnus Irregulars to the Moongate, Prefect Kalo.
Agreed. We've been practicing in anticipation of joining forces for more than a year.
A year? But a year ago we were still enemies.
Perhaps. But I always knew we'd wind up fighting the Iraxians side by side someday. direct approach would be the best.
Chimera's waiting for you inside. If the dragon circling overhead spots us, I'll try to drive it off.
Zamarak will assist.
Yes, I'm sure your fists will make all the difference.
If there is more to this ancient temple, I do not see a way to access it. This is the right place. I can sense it. But nothing in this chamber looks like it can make the moons move, or open a path to Joan or Jode. What are we missing, Fiveclaw? And Riddlethar knows I have tried everything I can think of. I held it out, I presented it forcefully, I even shook it vigorously, but nothing happened. I do not know what else to do. My memories and the Kunzari stories, everything jumbles together. Too much research has crowded my mind. Wait, maybe... I remember one thing Mother used to say. Maybe if I repeat her words while I hold the pendant. When an Equina's blood calls, the shadow dance begins.
By the moons, you opened the path.
You go ahead. Zamarak and I will deal with the dragon outside. Somehow.
Moons watch over you. Come, Fiveclaw. Let us see where this leads. Beautiful. Why was this hidden for so long? No time to explore this place. I just picked up the scent. I think the Betrayer is ahead of us. You said the Betrayer has the same ability to open portals as Cadwell. Such power means that few places are close to him. Come, we must catch him before he finds whatever drew him here. This place has guardians, it seems, but they could not stop the Betrayer. The Betrayer sent that relic. See what you can make of it, Fiveclaw. The spirits awakened. The temple recognized me. I am becoming attuned.
insane?
You talk to your new god like that? Manners!
That relic, it is connected to the lunar lattice. When you touched it, something spoke to me. I am becoming attuned. Help me find the remaining lattice relics and complete my attunement. It is the only way to stop the betrayer and the dragons. The moon priests that served this temple, they were attuned to the lattice and the hidden paths. They could move the moons and dance through the shadows. The betrayer was attuned in the ancient past. I think that is why Cadwell can use portals. The temple, the lattice, they recognized Anequina's blood and sang to me. It all makes sense now. Anequina moved the moon so Kunzari could reach Jode's core. The betrayer wants to do the same for the dragons. You must listen more closely, Fiveclaw. The betrayer is attuned. When he reaches the temple sanctuary, he will activate the moon gate apparatus and put the moons in motion. I need to finish my attunement before that happens. Temple relic. Activated. I understand. Moving the moons causes an eclipse. That opens the way to Jode's core.
It's almost a shame how Anequina's faithful keep throwing themselves at my blade. Almost.
Relic. There it is. Activate it, please. Now, we need to reach the temple sanctuary. I think I understand. Not only do I hear the moon sing, but I hear my ancestor, Anequina. The very walls echo with her memories. Good ones, bad ones, like the actions of the betrayer. They tell me we must seek the temple sanctuary to stop him. The attunement is complete. I feel a deeper connection now to Anequina and my other ancestors. Like I am part of the ancient rituals of the Shadow Dance. For the first time since the death of my parents, it feels like I have a family again. We must go to the temple sanctuary. If the betrayer has not yet started the moons to move, then we stop him. If he has, then we find out how I set them back on their normal course. We are nowhere near the time of the next natural eclipse. Wait, my friend. Let us talk before we confront the betrayer. The ancient memories become clearer in my mind with every passing moment. We follow the same path as the heroes of legend. Kunzari, Anequina, the betrayer, they all walked these steps to reach Jode's core. I see the truth of the myths and legends. Kunzari tricked Calgrontiid into storing the might of the dragons in Jode's core. Then, the heroes of the Krajul lured them into the halls of Colossus and sealed the doors. Yes, he murdered Kunzari and then came to this temple to gain the power to move the moons and open the way to Jode's core. You see, the path only appears at the moon gate of Anequina when the moons are aligned, as in an eclipse. True, but many died before they lopped off his head. The betrayer was the greatest warrior of his day. If it comes to a battle, it will not be an easy one. There is an apparatus in the sanctuary, linked to the larger moon gate. That is what we seek. We are about to enter the place where the betrayer faced his greatest failure. Where he died at the hands of the remaining heroes and moon priests. We must make sure history repeats itself. The shade of Anequina darkens with rage whenever I think about him. Even before his betrayal, she detested the man. He was vain, proud, a great sword fighter, but full of ego and hubris. Perhaps that is his weakness, his pride.
Too late! Fools! The eclipse has started! I'm going to share the power with the dragons! Magnanimous! Do my mortals confuse you? Good! Chew on these lovely keepsakes, don't. Let me open wide. Do my portals confuse you? Good!
The betrayer did something to the apparatus. The moons cannot hear my plea. No. The betrayer has set the moons in motion, and they will not answer to my song. There is nothing to stop the dragons from using the moon gate of Anequina to reach Jode's core. Not yet. This apparatus moves the moons, but the moon gate of Anequina creates the portal to Jode's core. Luckily, I sent forces there to defend it from the dragons. We will join them. But first, the memories tell me we have one more task here. Anequina's memories show me how she once used the dragon horn. The combat dragon horn you gave me. It needs to be energized, have its power restored. Activate the nearby temple relic, and I will charge the dragon horn. Anequina, Cadwell, John, and Jode. All of it into the dragon horn.
A dip in cold water is refreshing, pleasant, and I'm fit as a fig tree. Now, where's the evil me? Where is the fiend? Let me at him. I returned as soon as I could to help you give the betrayer a good thrashing. I feel tip-top, I must say. I thought it was the cozy confines of my beloved Cold Harbor. But I suppose it has more to do with the destruction of my other half. Well, good show. The world is saved. That doesn't sound good. Let me think. If I concentrate, I can recall what was going through my despicable other self's mind. He wanted to make sure no one could stop the path from opening. He promised the dragons. I'm afraid not, at least not from here. He did something to the apparatus. It can't be used again. Chimera might be able to separate the moons, but she'd need to do it at the moon gate. She looks a little peaked, though, doesn't she?
I am all right. Cadwell, can we use your portal to return to Raymond?
Of course, Chimera. It's ready.
The eclipse approaches, and with it the opening of the moon gate of Anequina. We have a short amount of time before the way to Jode's core appears. At least I am attuned, and I was able to charge the dragon horn. Gareshri has already gone to the moon gate of Anequina to take charge of the forces there. We will join him shortly. Thank you for helping with my attunement, Five Claw. With you and my ancestors beside me, we will find a way to stop the dragons. We stopped the betrayer, but not before he set the moons in motion. Soon they will align. When the eclipse occurs, the moon gate of Anequina will open and grant access to Jode's core, which is exactly what the dragons desire. Some, but not a lot. Luckily, we anticipated the connection to the moon gate and sent Gareshri ahead with whatever forces we could spare, which was not as much as I would like. I just wish we had something else to fall back on. The combat Dragonhorn is charged, but we still do not know its full capabilities. We must not waste its energy, so we will save it until absolutely necessary. We should make our way to the Moongate now. Tell our companions, it is time. Our companions left the palace to wander Rimmon and consider what is to come. Find Abner Tarn, Zamorak, and Prefect Kalo. Cadwell too, if he is still around. I would like them to join us at the Moongate, but will understand if they decide not to. The ancient structure rises out of the jungle far to the southwest. To think, a place known primarily as a pilgrimage stop and historical curiosity may turn out to be the site of Elsewhere's most crucial battle yet. The Moongates are among the oldest ruins in Elsewhere. Of the few sites we know of, the Anequina ruin is the most well-preserved. Moon priests consider it sacred. The Riddle Thar ties it to the lattice. The rest of us, we see a pile of old rocks. I can only tell you what I experienced. I became one with the temple. With all its memories and past experiences, I connected with my bloodline, with the first Anequina herself. I was attuned. I underwent the process of attunement, the same as Anequina and the moon priests of the temple, the same as Cadwell. I know how to make the moons move, provided we find a working lunar lattice apparatus. Some of the stories about Anequina speak of her teleporting from place to place. I see something about portals, but it does not make much sense. Perhaps when I have had 1,000 years to practice, I will be as competent as Cadwell, yes?
Quiet moments to meditate have been rare since Zamorak returned to Elsewhere. This one needed some time alone, especially. Quiet moments to meditate have been rare since Zamorak returned to Elsewhere. This one needed some time alone, especially after helping Tharn with the dragon at the Shadow Dance ruins. But you look like one who has important news, my friend. Zamorak suspected that would be our next destination. This one noticed that the moons have shifted in the sky, moving in a way that breaks their usual pattern. The betrayer's doing, yes? At least you and Queen Kamira returned from the ruins. Then we still have a chance. Zamorak has pledged his honor to Queen Kamira. He will not break that vow. This one has a purpose again, and will see it through no matter the cost. Zamorak will meet you at the Moongate, my friend. Queen Kamira attuned to the lunar lattice. Zamorak never expected to see such a miracle in his lifetime. This one prays that it will be enough when we stand against the dragons. About what you would expect. Tharn used flashy spells to confuse the dragon until it finally gave up and flew away. Then, we encountered a squad of Euraxians led by a necromancer. Those Zamorak dispatched. It was the least this one could do.
Moongate. And you're... As nice as these facilities are, I miss the boiling plasm pools of Cold Harbor. Hot enough to melt the skin right off your bones. What an invigorating sensation. And your point...
Five Claw. Ah, Five Claw, you are a tricky one, yes? Like a mouse hiding in the tall grass. But Learjazi found you. She always does. This one brings a message from the Queen. The message is short and to... Learjazi hears this one also hears that the dragon, of course, still in the rim.
Some. Our companions left the palace to wander.
About what you would expect.
Hello! Come to partake in a before-the-battle cleansing? I find it prudent to make myself pristine prior to the start of a slaughter. In my experience, the subsequent blood and gore adheres much better to a well-laundered body. The Moongate. I hope to wash away the memories of the betrayer, but some stenches can't be removed with soap and water. I'm sorry I made the moons move, my friend. Sorry I helped the dragons. But before I became the gallantly gaunt, soul-shriven form you see today, I was the betrayer. I originally did all the terrible deeds that led us to this place. I'm rather ashamed. Dash it all. Yes, of course, that was my plan all along. Make up for my past atrocities by helping the nice cat people defeat the evil dragons, just like the hero I was before I became the betrayer. Tally-ho, then. I'll head to the Moongate now and meet you there. As nice as these facilities are, I miss the boiling plasm pools of Cold Harbor. Hot enough to melt the skin right off your bones. What an invigorating sensation. And your point is?
wine used to rejuvenate me after periods of intense exertion and spellcasting. Now I can barely taste the stuff. A good thing too. Khajiiti wine is cloyingly sweet, like drinking candied plums boiled in moon sugar. I presume you have news? The Moongate? A noble but futile proposition, I fear. The Khajiit should pack up and flee while they still can. Let the Alliance armies deal with this. Show them some fights are more important than deciding whose posterior best fits the Ruby Throne. No. Just pondering other options. Too much of what we're facing was the inadvertent result of my actions or the actions of my family. Dragons, Euraxians, necromancers. The responsibility falls to me, and balance must be restored. Would you stand a chance otherwise? Without my arcane and strategic insights, anything you try is destined to fail. I won't have that on my conscience. Now, allow me to finish this sickeningly sweet inebriant, one last indulgence before the end. By the way, I believe I understand the purpose of the Dragonhorn. After much consideration, the use and function of the ancient instrument has become clear. The Dragon Guard were clever, I'll say that for them. Theoretical knowledge isn't the same as practical experience, but I believe I understand the fundamentals of its operation. The Dragon Guard prepared a horn taken from a massive dragon and engraved it with arcane runes, giving it astonishing power. Oh yes, I'm fairly certain of that. And I found historical references indicating the Dragon Guard gifted such relics to key locations. For their protection, you see. The one you located was originally in Rimmen before it was moved to the Sanctuary. We have neither the time nor resources to move the large relic, but the small horn you brought back, it's called a combat horn, by the way, was designed to be carried into battle. Once charged with energy, its sound weakens dragons. One problem solved then. The next is sheer age. This ancient combat horn is exceedingly fragile. I'm not sure how many times we can sound the horn before it disintegrates into dust. For that reason, I suggest we save it until we absolutely need it.
This is taking longer than I planned.
The quiet moments between battles. I like to spend the time catching up on my reading. History, military strategy, recipe books. My secret pleasure is a good mystery, though. And the new Investigator Veil is a real page-turner. I've been waiting for the order to move out. I sent most of the Cygnus irregulars on ahead with Gareshri, but a small contingent remained here in case our earlier guess was wrong. I assume events in the ruins confirmed our theory? Understood. We need to defend the Moongate and stop the dragons from using it when it opens. Keep them from reaching Jode's core. Well, at least now we have a mission. I just hope the Khajiit can get over their aversion to working with my troops. Queen Euraxia's tyranny made the Khajiit wary. I don't blame them for that. I just want to show them that not all Imperials are tyrants, that they can trust at least a few of us. It will come, as long as we don't turn on each other first.
I should have become a mage. Yeah.
Lord, farmhands needed at Mother's farm.
Everyone has arrived. Report to Prefect Kalo, Five Claw, while I confer with the Queen.
An eclipse is an eerie sight, but where are the dragons? The moons come together and the sky grows dark. Ominous, isn't it? And strangely beautiful. Where are the dragons, though? And the remaining Euraxians? I assumed they would have started their push for the Moongate by now. As ready as we can be, the Khajiit militia and the Cygnus Irregulars have taken defensive positions along the path up to the Moongate, and whatever siege weapons we could get our hands on are set to repel the dragons. Not a chance. We only hope to slow them enough to give Tharn and Chimera the time they need to stop the Moongate from opening, or find a way to shut it if all else fails. If the dragons don't reach Jode's core, we win. Wait, what's that noise? Dragons, go join Blue and Chimera. I'll take charge down here.
Samarak will go with you.
Get those fires out and ready the ballistic. Move it, soldiers!
Time for reckless audacity and derring-do.
Uraxians! The wall has been breached.
Kill the cat and the traitors!
Here they come! Prepare yourself! More soldiers. Take them down.
I do enjoy cutting blackguards down to size.
The path is clear. We need to reach Queen Kamira. Gareshri, no! Stay with me, old master. Gareshri still breathes, but his injuries are serious. He needs a healer. In the meantime, Zamarak knows what he must do. With Gareshri injured, someone else must take command of this position. Make sure the Uraxians and the dragons encounter enough resistance to slow them down. That task now falls to Zamarak. Yes, my friend. This is Zamarak's chance to finally atone for his past mistakes. Wait. What is this? The dragon horn. This one doesn't know why Gareshri was carrying this. But you must take it and reach the moon gate. Queen Kamira needs you. Go. Now, Five Claw.
Split up!
I've got these hooligans all trounced. Let's get to Amda before the moon's completely alive.
see how the moons align with the ancient gate. The lattice opens a path to Jode's core. But how did you get the dragon horn? Where's Garishri? And why are the sounds of battle so close? Did the Euraxians overrun our defenses? Garishri? Hurt? And the Euraxians behind our defenses? This is not good. Not good at all. Well, we still have the dragon horn. At least until the power runs out, or the fragile relic falls apart. I just wish the moons would move for me. The power, yes, but not the knowledge and experience. I will continue to try to move the moons and close the gate, but you will need to keep the Euraxians from taking this position. I am counting on you, Five Claw. Plane of Jode. The dragons went down into the processional. They seek to breach Jode's core. From the memories I absorbed at the Shadow Dance Temple, Anequina and the Moon Priests came here to honor the moons and set them on their way after their sacred joining. This is also where she helped Kunzari hide the dragon's power. Here, on the plane of Jode, the memories become clearer with every passing moment. Kunzari was able to use Calgronti's own greed against him. The dragon sought the power of Jode's core from the beginning, but Kunzari offered him even more. He offered a way to combine the natural power of Jode's core with the mystic might of his loyal dragons. Calgronti's greed was his undoing. He finally has an opportunity to steal all the stored energy for himself. We must stop him!
Mulamnir, the vermin still pester us. Devour them as you say, brother.
Moonpriest still guard this secret place.
Remember, my... Avoid Mulamnir as best you can.
this close. I can feel it.